Hi, and welcome to the third of my encouragements to generous giving. Perhaps you're like me. I get constant appeals to give money to various causes. I try to avoid people with clipboards on the footpaths, and I've planned my giving, and I'm good at saying no, but I'm also grateful to God for his temporal and eternal riches to me. Responsible as a trustee with all he's given me, and commanded to provide for my family and church in 1 Timothy 5 verses 8 and 18. Because every Christian should be providing for their family as needed and their church some portion of their income. I'm taking the unusual step of sending out these 4 encouragements to generous giving to help us to be clear and keen together. We need to work in unison. And so I communicated on the 16th of May that we put people first. Our funds are dragging because too few give faithfully. About 25% of people give 90% of our offertory. We've got great property plans that are being developed and we want to present later in the year. And I wrote and communicated last week on the 23rd of May, our offertories should support our staff and missions. Our property income should generally sustain the property, and the Bible calls us to give to God's work. And so today I'd like to echo the words of 1 Timothy 6. Beware the love of money, verse 10, and trust God, not money, verse 17, as Tim Keller puts it, and as he warns in the same way. It's not a coincidence that for every one time Jesus warns about building our lives on sex and romance, he warns 10 times about money. Money has always been one of the most common saviours, and your ability to go out to cool restaurants, to have nice new things, to negotiate a professional culture and a peer group, all those things are probably more important to you than you know. How do you know that money isn't just money to you? Here are some signs, says Tim Keller. 1, you can't give large amounts of it away. 2, you get scared if you might have less than you're accustomed to having. And 3, you see people who are doing better than you, even though you might have worked harder or might be a better person, and it gets under your skin. And when that happens, you have one foot in the trap. Because then it's no longer just a tool, it's the scorecard. It's the essence, your identity, and no matter how much money you have, though it's not intrinsically evil, it has incredible power. So you have plenty for travel, holidays, spending on yourself or the house, but you give little to spread to the word and to the things that will last. We need to beware. You may be robbing God and he'll call you to account. Or you may be robbing others who need funds for mission. Or you may be robbing yourself from a heart like Christ. We should continue to thank God for his kindness and also not to fail to thank him for generous, faithful givers at St. Martin's and St. Peter's, past and present. And my plea today is that God will free up any among us who are not yet giving freely and gladly and generously and faithfully. All the information you need to set up or adjust your planned regular giving can be found on our website or on the link below. And I look forward to encouraging you all the more as we press on to do the great work that God has planned for us in Jesus. Amen.